It is a cold winter morning here in New Jersey. It's as of this record. I'm recording this on December 1st. This year has flown by. Um, I've gotten some really good stuff here in November. I've done a few unboxing videos already, but I wanted to show off some of the other items that I picked up throughout the month of November. The we had the Barnes and Noble Criterion 50% off sale, so picked up some stuff there. And then I have some Steelbooks I grabbed, and I also did a little trip up to the Archive in Connecticut. I've talked about this store before. It's one of my favorite stores to go to, and I got a few items from the Archive as well. So let's show off what I got. I took a couple days off of work this week, so I figured today is a good day to get a recording or two done before I go to the movies. I'm actually going to go to the movies a little later today to see a double feature. But let's go ahead and kind of get into this November physical media collection update here. First up, I'll show off some steelbooks that I grabbed. So we got U571. I haven't seen this movie in years. I definitely had this on DVD back in the day. I'm assuming it probably had a Blu-ray at some point, but this is a really fun war movie. It's got an interesting cast. John Bon Jovi's in this, oddly enough. Harvey Keitel is in it. Matthew McConaughey, Bill Paxton. Oh, God, the great Bill Paxton. Yeah, this is a good one. I'm looking forward to rewatching this one here. I haven't opened it up just yet, but U571 is a good movie that I really can't wait to rewatch. And then two other steelbooks I got are two of my favorite movies of the year so far. I know the year's almost over at this point, but I grabbed The Long Walk. I really like this movie. It's going to be in my top 10. I've said it before. I got to kind of rearrange my top movies of the year, but I really love this movie. I thought it was really well done. I was not familiar with the short story from Stephen King prior to watching this movie, but I really liked it. This has a slipcover on it, which is cool. So I'm not gonna open up every single one of these, but let's take a look at this one just because I like a good steelbook with a slipcover on it. Yeah, so there is that. Oh, this is in there. There we go. So you have the slipcover there with the sunglasses, and of course you got Mark Hamill on the front, and the dog tag numbers on the back. Let's see what the inside looks like. So this is a 2-disc set. You have the 2 discs with the shoes on there, and then of course you have some inside artwork. Let's pop the discs out so you guys can see that. So that's the inside artwork there of The Long Walk. So again, one of my favorite movies of the year so far. I really enjoyed this movie. There we go. The slipcover is a little bent up here, but it is what it is. I'll probably get some Malco protectors at some point for my steelbooks. I wonder if this would even fit in. If to let me know, anybody that has the Malco protectors, do the slipcover steelbooks fit in those or not? All right, now one of my other favorite movies of the year, and I think I still have this sitting at number one right now. Like I said, I probably have to rearrange some of my top 5-star films of the year, but it's Weapons. I absolutely love this movie. It's wild. It's bonkers. It's just really good. Julia Garner, Josh Brolin, just a really good cast. Benedict Wong is really good in this movie. And it's just got some creepy vibes to it. And I really thought this was one of the best horror movies of the year. Like I said, it's up there right now at number one as my favorite movie of 2025. We'll see if it changes if once I rearrange it. But there's a lot of good ones that came out this year, and Weapons is one of them. Yeah, I got my little Toy Story mug. My parents gave this mug to me, I don't know, years ago, and it just became my go-to coffee mug. So, yeah, it's a little Toy Story Woody mug. Anyway, back to the collection update. So, as I mentioned, my wife and I went up to Connecticut for a comedy show. We actually saw Chris Hardwick up at the Funny Bone in Hartford, Connecticut. And anytime we go to Hartford, Connecticut, we stop at Bridgeport along the way, and I hop into the archive. And I did pick up a few things from the store. I grabbed Igor and the Lunatics, which is one of the VSAs that the only one of the only like newer VSAs that I was missing from the collection. So I did grab this one here. This is number 506. Yeah, there we go. Hand numbered edition of 4,000. So I mean, this one's not selling out anytime soon, but I like the VSAs, and I wanted to kind of make sure I got as many of these as possible. And I'm still missing a few of the earlier releases, but I did grab this one to add to the collection. I also added one of the cinematographs that I was missing. This is Cinematograph 24. They're really doing a lot of the cinematograph releases, but I grabbed gang related. Tupac Shakur, James Belushi. I don't know if I've ever seen this movie, but it just seemed like an interesting addition to the cinematograph collection, so I wanted to pick this one up. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Like I said, I haven't seen this one. I'm missing a few of the cinematographs. I haven't got all of them yet. We did just have the Black Friday sale this past weekend, and I snagged a few of the cinematographs that were on sale, just to kind of help round out the collection. There's still a few that I didn't order, and I'll wait on those for another sale, or maybe the next time I'm at the archive, grab some more. But that is gang related. And then I also grabbed, this is the only one, so this is a sub label from Vinegar Syndrome, Distribix. This is the only one that I have from the Distribix subline, and that's Last Tango in Paris with Marlon Brando. I think I've seen this movie before, maybe once a long time ago, but I think this was sold out, and I happened to come across it at the archive. So I was like, oh, I'll grab this one, because the hard boxes, I know there's two variants to this. The one with the Eiffel Tower was sold out, I think a while ago, and I happened to grab this one. Like I said, this was the last one that they had. I don't know if they'll make any more of these, but Marlon Brando is such an iconic actor, so I figured why not add this to the collection as well. All right, so that does it for the Steelbooks and the archive pickups. And like I said, we had the Barnes & Noble 50% off Criterion sale, so I did partake in that. I was part of a live show at the beginning of the month before the sale started, the pregame show, and then just yesterday I was part of the postgame show. So I'm not going to go into too much detail on these because I did talk about these on the postgame show, but I did grab Anora, so Oscar-winning Best Picture. I didn't get this one over the summer, so I figured this was a good time to grab this one on sale. And I haven't watched it yet because I just watched it somewhat recently, prior to the Oscars earlier this year. So I do need to rewatch this at some point, but so far it's the only one of these that I have not checked out. But so that is Anora. It's a great movie. Let's just be honest. I wouldn't have picked it to win the Oscar, but it's still a very good movie, and I'm not going to say it wasn't deserving of all the awards that it got. I also grabbed The Sword of Doom. So this is from 1966, 121 minutes, black and white. It's Spine 280. I thought this was good. It ends a little weird, just kind of like on a freeze frame. So I kind of wish it ended a little bit differently, but I did grab this one. This one came recommended by Keith over at High Volume Video on, I think it was a Criterion video or Criterion live show that we did back in July, and he had recommended this one. So I wanted to check that one out. So I grabbed that. I also grabbed one of my favorite movies, History of Violence, came out on 4K, so I did grab this one. This is from 2005. It's Spine 1283, so it's one of the newer releases. But I absolutely needed to get this on 4K because I really love this movie. It's very different kind of Cronenberg film than what most people are probably used to, and I think that's maybe why I enjoyed it, because it was just a little bit different from what he normally does. So that is A History of Violence. I also grabbed Barry Lyndon. This is another one that came recommended. This was, I think, Vin from Hard Copy Blues. He was on the live stream with us last night, and he had recommended this one back in July, and I wanted to make sure I added this one to the collection this time around. This is a very long movie, just over 3 hours. There's an intermission. It's kind of told in two parts. It's one of the first times I've actually watched a movie split between two nights, because it was a very long 3 hours, so I had to split this one up. But I wanted to get Barry Lyndon. Stanley Kubrick is a fantastic director. This wasn't one of my favorites, but I definitely wanted to add another Kubrick film to the collection there. I also grabbed another Oscar-winning Best Picture from this year, and that is the animated feature Flow. This was a really good movie. It's very, very unique, not your typical like Disney animated Oscar bait. So I think the fact that this beat out some of the Disney stuff was pretty impressive. It's very good. There's no dialogue. It's relatively a silent movie, and it's just really well done. So this again is from 2024. It's 85 minutes. It's spine number 1278. So again, one of their more recent releases here, and I absolutely had to add this one just because I was really, really curious on how this one would be, and I was not disappointed with Flow. And then for my other Criterion pickup, this is one that's been on my list to buy for I don't know, a couple years now, and I don't know why. I just never grabbed it until now. But again, the 50% off Criterion sale at Barnes & Noble is one of the only times I really buy Criterion collection outside of the flash sales from Criterion's website, and those are really only 24 hours long. So this one is an older movie. It's from 1932. It is 73 minutes long. It's in black and white. It is spine number 437, and that's Vampire. I don't know, I was always intrigued by this one, and I did watch it, but I need to rewatch it. I found it a little bit hard to follow. It's not a silent film. But there's very little dialogue, so it's borderline silent at that. So it was good. It was weird, and I don't know. I needed to add this one, so I grabbed Vampire for what I think it's $20 on sale, which is nice. It comes with a book, which is really cool. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff jam packed into this Blu-ray release from Criterion Collection. So I did add that one. So those were all of the Criterion releases that I grabbed from the sale. I'll show those off again there. And then I got, again, the few pickups from the archive on a little trip up to Connecticut, and a few Steelbooks here as well. So that is everything else that I grabbed in the month of November. I've done a few unboxings for Umbrella, Arrow, the Back to the Future set, the Karate Kid set. So I'll link all of those videos down below. But let me know down in the comments, what did you guys pick up in November? Did you take part in the Barnes & Noble Criterion 50% off sale. If so, would you guys grab? I hope you liked the video. Please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share this out with your movie loving friends. I am on Letterboxd, Instagram, and Facebook. I will drop a link in the description below to all those social media platforms. Thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you next time.